Hello everyone, this is Wealth Accumulation Channel. Charlie Munger is known as a thinker in the investment world. The man behind Warren Buffett. Many are familiar with his wisdom. Poor Charlie's Almanac. This book contains Charlie Munger's philosophy of life and investment wisdom. Talking about the 5 most classic sentences in the book today. Read and understand and benefit for life. The best way to get something. Just make yourself worthy of him. Brother Sean Bofu sees this sentence. It's a standard chicken soup for the soul. The so-called chicken soup for the soul is just to give the truth, but not the method. But read the entire Poor Charlie's Almanac and you'll find. Munger gives a value proposition that fits capital strategy and life philosophy. Munger thinks all smart investing is value investing. You must first assess the value of a business. To assess the value of the stock, give up all chances of speculation, putting aside various short-term factors. The most reliable factor in known stocks is himself. Worthy of the price. The same principle applies to personal development. There is such a sentence. The essential reason for a person's success. Because everyone around him wants him to succeed. Munger throughout his investing career always abide by the traditional spirit of the American West. Famous for being diligent, focused, sincere, saving and investing in the future. This earned him the trust of many people willing to cooperate with him. The first million in his life. From real estate investment. He was a lawyer. While dealing with a client's grandparents. Open space. Wang Ji is keenly aware of. Real estate development here will have a bright future. And this client out of trust in him. Co-financed the development of the property with him. Big win. Making yourself valuable, according to Munger. Those potential collaborators will take the initiative to find them. This is the safest way to invest. A professor once gave an example. A guy who won't chase girls. Often shape themselves according to the needs of the other. Accompany you if you want. Give you a gift if you want a gift. If you want to save face, go to your house to do housework. But such people are often only used as spare tires. Or be issued a good card. Who can really win the girl? Are those who are uniquely valued. Easily attractive person. This example actually contains 2 growth paths. One is to pursue outward. To adapt to others is to build inwardly. Focus on your own value growth. Have a look. Do your wealth goals match your abilities? Have you already developed in the following 4 areas? Action 1. Save by a certain percentage. 2. Invest with savings funds. 3. Strive to become an expert in the field within the planning period. Increase professional income. For that part of the income that will increase. Then invest according to a certain percentage of savings. Act now to be worthy of him. 2. There are nails everywhere in the eyes of the man with the hammer. There's an old little joke. A beggar said to his companion, if I become emperor, beg for food with the golden bowl. Everyone will laugh at this beggar for his short-sightedness. Imagination limited by poverty. But in everyday life, we also often fall into the single thinking trap. One size fits all problem solving. Munger sees this as a stupid way. The investment guru and his partner Buffett, together, created the best investment record ever. The average compound rate of return exceeds 20%. Munger thinks the reason why he achieved such impressive results. It is because he established a multiple thinking model very early. Simply put, just don't always use yourself. A way of thinking. to consider all the problems. It is best to have multiple ways of thinking at the same time. And these are different from the usual cross-border learning. Form AT. The knowledge structure of glyphs is inseparable. A good knowledge system should be macroscopically like the letter T, in a certain professional depth, but with a multidisciplinary perspective. Munger was very fond of studying mathematics as a child. Biographies. Biological sciences maintain strong interest. He often goes to his father's friend's house. Read various medical journals. In college he chose mathematics as a major. Became interested in physics. Later he taught himself psychology. His multiple mental models include psychological, mathematical statistics, economics, and more than 100 kinds. He studied knowledge in various fields without examination papers in his hand all his life. Because he believes this way of thinking can increase his chances of success. Endowed him with the extraordinary ability to see purpose and essence. What does insight have to do with wealth? He really can't make you figure out how to invest, how to make big money, but change the concept of financial management and master investment methods. It is certainly not enough to use only one vision and one theory, because you can't accept your own mental model, something other than. So we need to force ourselves to do some cross-subject reading, more knowledge and methods. Only then will we have more confidence and motivation to change. The nature of multiple mental models. Just put, bring more subject knowledge into your own thinking. Form one's own attitude towards understanding the world system and being tolerant. Form your own thinking mode and get rid of others' opinions. 3. Everything should be simple and serious. 4. Charlie Munger. Successful investment is just his careful planning. Byproducts of focused form. Munger's life has not been all smooth sailing. He lived through the economic crisis in his youth. Marriage breaks down, son gets sick. The son had leukemia, which was incurable at the time. Expensive medical bills made him almost bankrupt. He even cried helplessly. But he eventually came out. Apart from his optimistic and open-minded outlook on life, what supports him? And resolutely enforce the iron law left by his grandfather. Focus on the present. Invest in the future. Munger at the time, still a junior partner in a law firm. He believes that focusing on the present is to go all out to handle each case well. Serve every customer well. In order to save customers time, he plans ahead of time before the client comes to the door. When the client comes to discuss the case, when you are going to give him some time to plan, he took it out on the spot. Many customers have become friends with him because of this, and invited him to work part-time in his own company. This allowed Munger to quickly pay off the debt. Started to have a surplus, ready for the next investment. The book The Road to Wealth Freedom says, the gap between the poor and the rich has a clear manifestation. Just lack of motivation to make money. Too many excuses for lack of action. Focus only on your weaknesses. And don't plan to give 110% effort. Poor people always pay more attention to why, rather than how. But Munger said there are so many why. You just have to focus on what you're doing right now. Then make an effective investment in the future. Money is earned, not saved. This is a very popular concept of wealth in modern times. But the real rich tell us, make people rich. Not income but savings. Author of The Road to Wealth and Freedom. The famous German financial guru Bodo Schaefer. When first entering society. Also a standard hedonist. Buy credit card. Lived the so-called upper-class life. Became a standard card slave. Until in debt. Later, an expert advised him to save 50% of his income. He thought it was an impossible task. How can he save 50% every month when he can't make ends meet? But in order to pay off the debt, he had to follow the instructions of the master. This program not only saves money, also implement the 5 mark plan. That is, you can only spend 5 marks a day. In order to do this, he even drove a 5th-hand car for 8 months. Because it costs 180 marks to buy a new handle. Exceeded the budget of 5 marks per day. The process is painful. But after 8 months he paid off the debt. Not only that, he also saved a startup fund. Munger's partner, Buffett, the stock god we are familiar with, once said, "The secret to becoming rich is simple. Savings and investment. Keep saving, keep investing." For compound interest is one of the most important models in the world. A thought experiment described in Joan Charlie's Almanac can take you to appreciate the magic of compound interest. Now there are 2 choices in front of you. But once selected, you cannot change your mind. So please think carefully before choosing. The first option will give you $1,000 per day. 30 days in a row. You can spend anytime after you get the money. The second option gives you a penny on the first day. Give you 2 cents the next day. Give you 4 cents on the third day. The money given every day is twice as much as the previous day. This lasts for 30 days. You can move the money after 30 days. Many people will be moved by the first choice. Because you can have $1,000 a day. You can spend anytime. Low dividend. Still the first suitable. But according to the first choice, you can only get $30,000. And because there is no limit to consumption, in the end, there should be less than $30,000 left. But if you choose the second, our FS Magic will bring the total to $5.37 million. The initial effect of our FS investment is not obvious. Until long enough. Sudden explosive growth. We must be patient with this. The theory of compound interest is also applicable to personal growth. Economist Xiong Shui, the teacher, once introduced an interesting experiment. Suppose now your level. Look directly at the following 3 situations. In the first case, you live in a daze every day. No progress. After 1 year, your level will remain the same. Is a second situation, where you learn a little bit every day. Only improve by 1% every day. What is your level after 1 year? 37.78. In the third situation, you regress a little every day. If you regress by 1%, what will your level be in 1 year? 0.025. People who work hard every day. 38 times better after 1 year. People who regress a little every day. After a year the talent advantage is running out. So, do not underestimate the tens of minutes of study and reading every day. Encourage yourself. Accumulated steps can heal 1,000 miles. 5. Believe in probability, not luck. Munger's development in China. Always hold an attitude of appreciation. Has repeatedly stated. Full of confidence in the prospects of the Chinese market. The 5th mantra. From Munger's advice to the Chinese. Believe in probability. Rather than luck. He thinks the Chinese believe too much in luck and feng shui. I also like to gamble. And gambling is a defect. Don't think of it as a way to accumulate wealth. Why believe in probability? Munger said in the book. Probability theory has a surprising connection to the way the world works. 2. That is, probability is closer to the nature of things than luck. Understand this. Setting your own financial goals or talent goals. Don't set them on low probability events. Like being a millionaire. The goal of earning 100 million a year. Munger never set. He set himself low goals. Gain more common sense than others. Can have today's wealth. Was the result of an accident that went beyond plan. Lower expectations and avoid mania. Within a small range beyond the circle of competence. Set a goal. Then go all out to achieve. Believe in the magic of compound interest. It's a sane and happy life. Attitude to be upheld. Many people say, Poor Charlie's Almanac is an underrated book. Because he looks too. It's like a chicken soup for the soul of success. But as long as you read this book patiently, you will find this old man is more like a traditional wise man. He puts himself in business, knowledge and experience in every aspect of life. To sum up, a so-called universal wisdom. He wants everyone to have this wisdom and use it as hostility to live and accumulate wealth. This is Wealth Accumulation Channel. See you next time.